Coming up right now, McDonald's admits the failure with one of their new food items while customers were not McLovin' it.
Also coming up, scientists have created a terrifying new robot.
Oh, yeah.
What makes it more human and lifelike than anything they've ever created before?
Get freaked out because something else full of plastic. A Kardashian makes her way to Paris for it. What? With a date with a woman far more famous than her siblings, Kim and Courtney.
Ooh, Daily Flash starts right now.
Get ready for trending news and entertainment. This is Daily Flash with your hosts, Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. The fun starts right now. This is Daily Flash.
Hi everyone, I'm Andrea Jackson.
I'm Mitch English, welcoming you to Daily Flash. So glad to have you along here. Matt Doolittle also joined us. Been a little busy beaver back there in the Flash back room. What do you do back there?
He's building dams.
Well, I mean, a lot of things, mostly by myself, sadly. But what we're promoting is Preview Review. It's kind of a highlight of all the stuff going on in movies, TV shows, theme parks, all that stuff. So we got some great stuff coming up. We got to do the Penguin Trek the other day, and that's opening up new at SeaWorld. Yes, SeaWorld Orlando. It's an awesome ride. It's family friendly, but it's such a fun ride.
I was just telling my wife yesterday, you had the opportunity to do the Discovery Cove, right?
Yes. Oh my gosh, that is phenomenal.
I fell on a dolphin there.
What?
I fell on a dolphin.
You fell on a dolphin there.
They said stand on a rock, and the dolphin was coming by, and I slipped, and I fell on the dolphin.
And they've let you back into the park.
Yeah.
I'm shocked. Yeah, Discovery Cove, if you ever get a chance, it is phenomenal.
It's a whole day thing, though,
Yeah,
right? You can't just go in there and
It's
visit.
almost like a hotel because you check in at a reception
Oh,
desk
cool.
and they've got your itinerary for you for the day, and you can book special things that you can do throughout the day, or you can just lounge by one of their phenomenal pools and just eat and drink.
And we should make mention that if you like roller coasters, SeaWorld is the roller coaster capital of Orlando. They have the most out of all.
Phenomenal.
It's really
Mako,
neat.
one of my favorite
Yes.
coasters ever. And the Shark Restaurant is phenomenal.
I've not gone there. I'll have to check that
You
out.
have to, it's walls of glass and a giant aquarium. Sharks are swimming past you
yeah.
while you eat, and the food's fabulous.
All right. I'm
Okay.
up for it.
Americans are scared.
Yes,
they are
I would
scared.
About
agree.
which part?
Yeah.
Can you be a little bit more specific?
The top phobias of Americans have been revealed, according to Google.
Okay.
Trypophobia, fear of small holes or clusters of bumps, like sponges or honeycomb.
That's a real-
That is a
wow.
real and a number
And a
one
rear.
fear. And a rear. Yes.
That's a big...
Yes.
Tiny holes.
The other ones include fear of public speaking. That also made the list.
I never understood that. But okay.
Yeah, agoraphobia, fear of going out.
Sure.
You know who suffers from that is Zac Efron. Actor
He
Zac
doesn't-
Efron.
Oh, I just watched him in that movie with Nicole Kidman.
Family Affair.
Yeah.
Very
Oh,
cute.
yeah. I didn't know
And
that.
then misophonia, the fear of loud chewing.
Well,
The
that's not a
irritation.
fear.
The
It's-
irritation.
That's an annoyance.
It's an annoyance.
Yeah.
I agree.
No, it's
Yes.
disgusting. Shut your mouth while you're eating.
But isn't it is ASMR?
ASMR.
Where people love to listen to the sounds of someone chewing.
There's a lot of
food.
people making money on OnlyFans doing
I
that.
don't get that, but it drives me nuts. Other ones: heights, spiders, long words, which I thought was weird.
Well, that's my fear.
Bodies of water, vomiting,
But who would not be
fear of
afraid of
vomiting,
vomiting? Yeah.
and small spaces and death. Of course,
Okay.
wrap up the list. So there you go.
So don't be scared, America. You know what? I'd be scared if somebody munching down on a McDonald's Big Mac or something like that. That plant-based trial that they were trying to do with burgers.
Yeah.
Disaster
I
altogether.
believe it, yeah.
The McPlant is actually a result of a collaboration between McDonald's. I know it's McDonald's, but I call it McDonald's from the South. And Beyond Meat. The plant-based patty was served on a sesame seed bun with tomato, lettuce, pickles, onions, mayonnaise, ketchup, mustard, and American cheese. And despite all the promotion, not a fan favorite. McDonald's will not be reintroducing their salad shakers to the menu either. Executives say that the demand for the leafy greens from the fast food giant just isn't there as of yet.
Here's the thing. If I'm going to McDonald's, I'm not going there for a salad. I'm not going there for a plant-based burger.
Yeah.
I'm going there for a Big Mac, fries, and a Coke.
You know what you
Done
want.
deal.
Exactly. And you go there knowing and expecting that, and it's going to be, I'm glad that they do put the calories on the
Yes.
thing. You know what you're getting. I think, this is what is crazy is that everybody is pushing for these plant-based foods, but they say, well, we should stay away from processed food. But tell me how that's not processed. The entire thing is processed.
Great point.
Right?
Yes, absolutely, 100%. Yeah, so what are you eating? You're eating beans?
You might as well, if it's that, but then they also say they put other chemicals in it to make it taste like meat. If anything you have to put in there to taste like it, I just don't think it's a good idea.
So why don't you just eat the
You
meat?
eat the meat, exactly. I'm with you. Get the Big Mac.
A team of scientists unveiled a robot face that is covered with a delicate layer
yeah.
of living skin. The covering heals itself and can even crinkle into a smile. It's all in an effort to develop more human-like robots. This is
weird.
so
Like one of those
creepy.
blobfish.
The skin was made in a lab at the University of Tokyo from a mixture of human skin cells grown on a collagen model and placed on top of a 3D printed resin base. Scientists on the project believe the living skin could be key to creating the most human-like robot ever made. While the lab-grown skin doesn't resemble actual human skin, the work is still important. The lab-grown skin could have major implications for the future of the cosmetics industry.
Why do we need it? Why? I don't want robots that look real. I want my robots to look fake.
Yeah, the only thing I could think this might be used for is like skin grafting.
grafting,
Let's say you were injured and you've lost some of your skin. If this is a way to kind of regenerate your own skin or give you some kind of layer of protection,
It seems like
I could make sense of it.
Yeah. And and again, I always say that about Terminator movies is they look how friendly it is. This is
Yeah.
great, and
No.
then it turns into that.
I want
man.
my robots to look like C-3PO from
Yes.
Star Wars, not Data from Star Trek.
I want to know.
That's what I want. I want to go, that's a robot.
Right.
That's fair. That's fair.
All right. So speaking of like the cosmetic world, Kendall Jenner has actually caused a huge stir after showing off her private late night tour of the Louvre Museum in Paris. 28-year-old influencer showed pics of an empty museum during her after-hours visit. There was even a photo of her standing right next to the Mona Lisa. This is nearly impossible for anyone visiting the museum to do during regular hours. Her post received some mixed reviews. Some praised her, while others were critical of her exclusive access. Also, going barefoot throughout the museum did not receive a positive response from most of her followers. Reps from the museum confirmed that Kendall was invited to attend a midnight tour of the museum, and celebrity will get you anything. I guess that's one of them. Jackson, yes or one
what-
sec? Yeah.
Who cares?
Who cares? Exactly.
Well, Michael Jackson used to get the Magic Kingdom to himself.
He would get-
He would open up parts of it at
Yeah,
night because
sure.
he was so famous that they
Yeah.
couldn't let
Grocery
him
stores too.
throughout there. Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. If I saw Kendall Jenner, I wouldn't know who she is. So I don't care.
I think that's it, just it. And but she's taken her money as far as she could take it,
Yeah, sure.
So congratulations to
Are
her
we
on that.
surprised that a celeb gets special
Yeah.
access to a museum or a facility
Anything
or
ever,
an
always, like,
attraction?
yeah.
Right?
Put some
Okay.
shoes on that lady.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
that's dirty.
That's
still,
disgusting.
I don't need
Nobody
a
wants
dirty foot woman.
We don't
That's
want your
bad.
Winn-Dixie feet
Oh,
running
that's
around.
disgusting.
Yeah, it's good.
Celine Dion could be set to make a comeback performing at the Paris Olympics. The 56-year-old Canadian star was forced to cancel her last world tour because of a rare illness last year, but now reports indicate Celine might be one of the two featured acts at the Summer Games. The pop diva revealed last year that she was diagnosed with stiff person syndrome. The disorder causes stiffness in the torso and limbs, which can affect a person's balance, causing them to tip over. Rumors of Celine's return to the big stage surfaced after she mentioned wanting to see the Eiffel Tower again.
All right. Well, let's hope that she does just that.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously she's French speaking as well, so it kind of fits into
Works.
the
Yeah.
the Paris Olympics and that sort of thing. I know everybody gets excited about it, and I talked about this. I never watch the Olympics. I find out who wins or not. There's
Yeah.
a few events I'll check out, but I don't get the excitement and how much is invested into it. Like, they're talking like TV networks that
Yeah.
are just exclusive and radio networks as well.
I think part of it might be because they've sort of pulled back the curtain on the Olympics, so it's not this pure event of the best athletes in the world. It's almost like this manufactured PR machine that decides who will win and
Yeah.
who won't. And I think when it comes down to it, I heard somebody on one of the sports networks talking about this, being very critical of the Olympics because the networks, especially here in the U.S., pick out 1, 2, or 3 athletes, and that's all they
they'll
focus
talk
on.
about, you
That's
mean?
all they talk
Okay.
about. Instead of maybe showcasing some other people, but instead we focus on one
That makes
gymnast.
complete-
We
yeah.
focus on one swimmer, and then we're done.
That makes complete
Yeah.
sense. Yeah. And there's a whole. I mean, this is supposed to be like a world.
Yeah.
The rings represent the continents, and it's supposed to
Exactly.
be all coming together.
My favorite thing is always the disaster that goes around it with the country that's putting it on. Like
Yeah.
right now in Paris, they're like, "Hey, there's E. coli in this river."
In the sun.
And they're
Yes.
and they're dropping things in there to make it not clean.
Right. For
so.
open water swimming, they
Yeah.
still cannot host the open water swimming event in the Seine because of the high levels of bacteria.
Yep.
And they said, oh, well, when the sun comes up, that'll kill it. Won't it make it worse?
Yeah.
Well,
I don't
protesters were
know.
dropping bags of their own stuff in there to make it
Yeah.
even worse. But it's like every time one of these goes to a country, it turns into a disaster.
Yeah.
And all of the athletes, all they do is mess around, and it turns into
And
a
they're all,
nightmare.
from what I heard, the U.S. Olympians are bringing their own air conditioning units because they have no AC units in the camps for them over there.
Oh, back in the day, the NBA teams
Just-
used to stay on a yacht.
Just bring some deodorant. Maybe leave it there if you want to as well. And maybe don't surrender. Don't give up.
Don't give up.
Just that's all I have for Paris. That's
Fight.
all we have. But we have more Flash coming
Yes,
out
we
around
do.
the corner. Okay, stick around. All right, let's talk about some trending stories around the world. A photo now making its rounds. It shows a vending machine in Germany that sells, get this, unopened mystery packages.
What?
You have no idea what's in them. They just look like random packages from Amazon. And that's basically what they are.
really?
Yeah, here's the picture of it. They contain returned or unclaimed merchandise from online retailers.
Interesting.
Basically stuff that no one wants. Retailer doesn't actually think they're worth paying to have it shipped back or even restocked, especially if it's supposed to go back to China, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's similar to liquidation warehouses in the United States or those sales where people can actually buy random pallets of abandoned stuff for pennies on the dollar. This vending machine is called the Mystery-O-Matic, and it's at a train station. It's unclear how much the stuff is actually going for. People in the comments section that it was posted on kind of says it's like a mini version of Storage Wars. I think it's actually kind of fun. I mean,
Yeah.
at fairs, I think they even offer it. Like you can get a mystery bag
really?
for like 3 or 4 tokens or whatever. And and you saw the vending machine. You can pick which one you want. Ooh, that one looks neat.
Yeah.
Open it up. It could be panties. It could be a knife. You don't know. They don't
Diamond
know.
earrings, you don't know.
They don't know what's in it either. So that makes it even
Wow.
kind of cool. You could find a really big find. I think it's a great idea,
Yeah.
especially for like they say, it's cheaper to do something like that
Yeah.
than have it just mailed back.
I found sometimes with Amazon returns, they tell you out front, hey, just hang on to it. Don't worry about it. Keep it. We'll send you another one.
I just purchased a ring just the other day,
Yeah.
and they told me to keep it. And I go, really? I go, I don't mind
Yeah.
sending it back. And they're like, no, trust me, it's cheaper just for you to keep it.
Yeah, right. Well, it's, you look at it, it kind of reminds me of the lost luggage stores they have
Yes,
for airlines.
in Alabama, I think.
Yes.
It's one. Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
obviously, you kind of know what you're buying, but in this case, with the vending machine, it's kind of a cool idea if you're sort of short on a gift or you're heading somewhere. You're like, let me just get you a surprise gift
get a
because I
fly.
would appreciate that.
I'm all for that.
Right?
Yeah, 100%. That would be kind of neat. And just like the person who opens up has no idea, you don't know either.
Yeah.
So you're like, ooh.
I have no clue what this is. I'm re-gifting a returned Amazon
I love
item.
it. I love it.
Adele lost it with an audience member during a recent Las Vegas show. A fan yelled out about not liking Pride Month, and the diva turned on him quickly, telling him in no short order to get out if he didn't have anything nice to say. She carried on with her concert after she was done telling off the heckler. Adele started her Las Vegas shows in November 2022, and it's been extended many times because of its success.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, and it is something, when she's welcoming, when they're on stage, you give yourself out and to everything. And she probably felt obviously offended. And I would feel really stupid if I was that person or person that came with that person.
What an idiot. Like, can you just go to a concert and have a good time?
People have different beliefs in you.
Yeah.
Just deal with that, okay? It's all right. It's not going to kill you. We move on now to Muhammad Ali. His white satin boxing trunks from his epic Thriller in Manila. They're up for sale, expected to go for $6 million. Wow. The auction house Sotheby's said the trunks feature black trim at the waistband, black piping down the side. They're inscribed by Ali's assistant and signed by the fighter with a black Sharpie. The trunks were auctioned off back in 1988 from a storage locker for about $1,000 and have since made their way back onto the market. Now, Ali has said the fight in Manila was the closest thing to death that he ever
Wow,
experienced. So it was
really?
interesting. The whole movie about it, obviously, as well. And yeah, I mean, it is a historic part of history. And
Yeah.
plus, they're Muhammad Ali. So, I mean, that's cool.
Talk about storage wars. You know, those came out
right,
of the storage unit. So did someone forget to pay the bill and somebody got that storage unit and it had all these boxer shorts?
Imagine
in
getting
it?
that out of a vending machine.
Oh my God. Could you imagine?
Muhammad Ali. That'd be
What are these signed boxer shorts I've got before me? Have you ever tried or heard of spaghetti chicken? Well, if you haven't, be prepared to lose your appetite.
Okay.
Fair warning here. A mom in Texas was washing some chicken she bought at a popular grocery store when it started to fall apart. Now, she posted about it on Facebook and found out it's known as spaghetti meat, or
Okay.
in this case, spaghetti chicken. It happens to a small percentage of farm poultry when they grow too fast. Essentially, when a chicken is bred to grow large in a short amount of time, the tissues can separate from the muscle. And despite its appearance, it's safe to eat. We, of course, want to hear from you. Have you ever had or tried spaghetti chicken? And would you?
A lot of people they want to go organic, but then the words organic sometimes might not necessarily mean what it means. So you could see how much of a huge problem this would actually be. That would freak me out.
Yeah.
That would freak me out if I'm like doing the chicken all fell
And
apart.
it all falls apart.
Oh, mercy.
Hey, I'm watching a good show right now on Food Network, Chow House.
All right,
Have
explain.
you watched
I'm
this?
not. No,
It's
sounds
an
fun.
Italian cooking show. You take, a dozen chefs from the U.S. and they send them to Italy, and they get to stay in some fabulous Italian villa, and they compete making traditional Italian meals.
Whoa.
And they get to go to these really cool, like a meat market, a butcher shop, a cheese place where they've made bread for the last 300 years. It's really cool.
I have never been to Italy. Have you been to Italy?
Yes,
Okay.
it's amazing.
And first thing everybody says about Italy?
The food.
The food, right?
Amazing.
I had the opportunity to have Thanksgiving one year at the vice consulate for Italy at his house, right? So it was really cool. It was a big, and we started eating around, I think, 11. We didn't stop eating until about 8 o'clock at night. And everything I ate, it was
Yeah.
directly Italian.
Yeah.
So I can imagine they just have a different appreciation
Yeah.
for food and good food. They know that
fresh
it's not
food.
spaghetti
Yes.
chicken
Yes.
that is going to be served, right?
Exactly. Because everything's fresh, everything they
Yeah.
buy daily from the market. When you go to eat there, it's a different kind of experience. And you don't feel the same way after a large meal that you might feel
I agree with that.
here because they don't have a lot of the same preservatives in their foods that
Yeah.
we have here. It's just a whole different experience.
It's also a lot of conversation too.
Yes.
And it's not everybody sit down. It's the moms or the ladies, at least in my situation, they made rounds and just, all right, here's our next thing.
Yeah.
And then went all the way around. And I swear I ate it so, I gained 20 pounds on that. Dude. It was so nice. We are going to take you to the movie house, tell you what's coming up. We got Screen Chatter right around the corner right here on Daily Flash. Hey, welcome back to Daily Flash. Mitch English here. It's Thursday, which means it's time to check in with Tony Toscano to find out what's coming out of Hollywood and straight to your screen, no matter what size you're going to watch it on. With the latest, here's Tony!
Thanks, Mitch. Streaming on most video-on-demand platforms is the cat and mouse thriller You Can't Run Forever, starring J.K. Simmons.
She's been through so much. Talk to her.
I know things haven't been easy. We all just want you to be happy. I don't know. It's just... What do you want?
Eddie! Why is he? Oh, God. Who got me?
What's wrong with you?
A teenage girl suffering from anxiety due to a tragic event from her past finds herself hunted through the woods by a sociopath on a murderous rampage.
Wade seems to be something that's just, I haven't seen you do. I've seen you do mean, but I've not seen you do psychotic.
Yeah, I mean, it was one of those that's once you find any kind of little road into the guy's psychology or the guy's emotional state, it's such a freeing thing to play. Just a psychopath who is just like a shark, you just moving forward and surviving and everything literally everything else in the world is collateral damage.
You Can't Run Forever is a loving tip of the hat to those 1970s woman in danger grindhouse movies. Well filmed and acted, You Can't Run Forever is a white-knuckle ride. Again, it's streaming on most video-on-demand platforms and gets a B. It's rated R. In selected theaters is the comedy fantasy film If. It stars Ryan Reynolds and is directed by John Krasinski.
What if I told you imaginary friends are real? And when their kids grow up, they're forgotten.
Are any of them scary?
Worse. Desperate.
Question, why did these kids forget about us in the first place?
Last week, I just started falling apart. Oh.
You're sucking the oxygen out of the room.
Honestly, Doc, if this is how it's going to be, I'm just going to wheel myself back and plug in.
A young girl who goes through a difficult experience begins to see everyone's ifs, imaginary friends, who have been left behind as their real-life friends have grown up.
It's very deep. I'm just so excited for everyone to see it. I think there's so many things that you can take from it. That's one of the things I love about it. It's up to your interpretation.
And it's also in those earlier screenings that we've been doing for the movie. It's that great feeling that, that people are seeing and connecting to the same things that we are, you know? And you kind of, because you also have that nervous moment before you show it to anybody that you think, oh, what if they don't love it the way we love it? But in many cases, they love it more, and they see things that maybe I didn't even see. So I think that's been pretty cool.
If is a heartwarming, family-friendly movie about the importance of holding on to childhood magic. Again, If is in selected theaters and gets an A. It's rated PG. For the Daily Flash, I'm film critic Tony Toscano.
Well, thank you, Tony. Welcome to your Daily Digits. Your first digit this week is 2.9 million for a piece of Fab Four history. A guitar that was used by John Lennon just sold for $2.9 million, setting a world record for the highest selling guitar at auction in Beatles history. The 12-string Hootenanny guitar, I didn't even know that was a thing, was used in the recording of the Beatles' 1965's Help for both the album and the film. So the funny thing is, this was originally supposed to go for between $600,000 and $800,000. It was owned by a Scottish guitarist who then gave it to his road managers. A few decades later, they found it in the midst of a move. So you can imagine they were stoked to find this. Organizers say the guitar is not only a piece of music history, but a symbol of John Lennon's enduring legacy. Now, I don't know if I would have paid that much for a Lennon guitar, though, however, I may have paid that much for whatever drugs he used to hear Yoko Ono sing. Come on, you guys heard that before, right?
I love it. Hey, check this out. During the month of May, the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs reminded veterans to prioritize their mental health.
During May, the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs is reminding veterans to prioritize their mental health.
VA wants vets to know that mental health treatment works and recovery is possible. This Mental Health Month, the Today I Am campaign, is showing veterans that they are not alone if they're experiencing mental health challenges, and that with treatment, a better life is possible.
VA offers many different kinds of help. Reaching out is the first step.
On the Today I Am campaign website, veterans and their loved ones can explore the real and inspiring mental health care stories of their peers, learn about available resources, and see for themselves how support and treatment have allowed veterans like them to heal.
To hear these veteran stories, go to maketheconnection.net/MHM.
This is Daily Flash with your hosts, Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. Trending news and entertainment. This is Daily Flash.
Hi, everyone. I'm Andrea Jackson.
I'm Mitch English, welcoming you to Daily Flash. Glad to have you along here for this Thursday. We hear a lot coming out of Florida. You know, there's always those crazy Florida man stories and that sort of thing. But this one's an interesting one. A big Florida man is Jimmy Buffett. He's got his own highway now in Florida. A1A, which is actually a very, very popular highway. It goes from Key West all the way up to Georgia.
Yep.
It's now going to be known as the Jimmy Buffett Memorial Highway. Governor Ron DeSantis said mentioned that, and the signs will start going up August 30th. I think that's kind of cool.
Oh, that's very cool.
You know, you say you can cruise the Jimmy Buffett Highway, and you know, and he's got the Margaritavilles.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll build one on A1A.
On your way from one Margaritaville to another.
Yeah. So
throw your
congratulations
flip-flops at all the people walking down A1A.
Yes.
And it's, you know.
But why do they call them parrot heads? Do you guys know?
You know,
I don't really know much about Jimmy Buffett.
They used to have like headdresses used to wear. I've been to 3 Jimmy Buffett concerts.
Okay, so you know the whole.
I'm a proper parrot head.
Okay,
yes.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, and it's part of, I guess, like the lifestyle is, you know, it's the island lifestyle feel.
Okay.
And I guess that would be because it's close to Pothead, too. I don't know. That's the only reason.
It's just really old white people that wish they were pirates, is what it is.
Is that what it boils down to?
Yeah, which I guess adds along with the pirate.
Yeah.
Parrot, rather. Okay.
Seems like a nice enough group of people.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Do I sound like I'm 90? Oh, they're a nice,
Oh, they're
lovely
very
group.
nice.
The tailgating at his concerts was epic.
I'm sure it was. Yes. McDonald's now admits that its trial with plant-based burgers was a disaster. The McPlant was the result of a collaboration between McDonald's and Beyond Meat. The plant-based patty was served on a sesame seed bun with tomato, lettuce, pickles, onions, mayonnaise, ketchup, mustard, and American cheese. Despite all the promotion and all those extras, it was not a fan favorite. Shocker. McDonald's won't be reintroducing their salad shakers to the menu either. Execs say the demand for leafy greens from the fast food giant just is not there.
Do you remember the McDLT?
Yes,
okay.
I do
And so the
remember
concept of the McDLT was you had the hamburger. It was this foam first off, which is funny. It was a foam sort of packaging, and one side was the hamburger was hot, and the other side was like the lettuce, tomato, and everything. Failed miserably because people, I think, didn't want to know that they're putting fresh stuff on top of their burger. You know, a lot of where they're, like the Big Mac came from one of their franchises just made it up.
Oh, that's right.
And so a lot of this happens. And I think just because everybody's going with this plant-based, they said, well, maybe we should jump aboard.
Right.
Obviously, they're just get the shake machine or the ice cream machine to work. That's all I want.
What is the deal with the ice cream machine at McDonald's? Does it not work anymore?
It's a huge scam. Matter of fact, I mean, I think the Federal Trade Commission was actually looking at them or something like that because of serious because there's only one company that can fix it. And they can even dial in and fix that shake machine. And so they had this big investigation about it. And you cannot buy. You have to buy that machine.
It's like John Deere. You can't have a John Deere tractor worked on by anybody but John Deere. They have to come out and do it. It's
Otherwise,
like
it voids your warranty, I'm sure.
And this John Deere guy is very busy.
Yeah, he's very busy. Look, when the Shamrock Shake is, you know, in a limited supply for a short amount of time, and your shake machine is down, that's an issue.
It's a major issue. Yes.
Yes.
And by the way, the McRib is always available.
Back.
They keep on telling you that it's going away forever. It's not. All right, moving on. This will freak you out. Talking about robots taking over the world. A team of scientists have unveiled a robot face. It's covered with a delicate layer of living skin. We're going to show you the video of it. The covering actually heals itself. Even can smile. It's all in an effort to develop more human-like robots. Why do we want this? The skin was made in a lab at the University of Tokyo, mixture of human skin cells growing on a collagen model, then put on top of a 3D printed resin base, which just sounds like cyber dying altogether. Scientists on that project believe that living skin actually could be the key to creating the most human-like robot ever. I think if it would probably be wider accepted if it was made, hey, listen, we could use this for medical reasons instead of what they're doing. Lab-grown skin doesn't necessarily resemble actual human skin as of right now. The work is still important.
Sure.
Eventually, they'll get to the point where it looks just like skin.
Yeah, I think if you're talking about it from a medical perspective, saying that it can be used to help people heal, like after skin or burn injuries, that kind of thing, that makes sense to me. But to say, well, this is going to make robots look more lifelike, no thanks.
I don't want to have an Austrian voice box, and it's going to show up naked.
That's next.
You know,
that's next, man. First person dies is going to be Bill Paxton. So look out for that. All right, we got more Flash right around the corner. He was in Terminator 1, folks.
Bill Paxton.
Bill Paxton.
Yeah.
All right, long story. All right, we got more Flash coming up.
Well, it's official. Berry season is underway, so it's time for some sweet creations to celebrate with family and friends. Joining us today is Chef Allie Rosen, who is teaming with Driscoll's to share some new recipes that capture the sweetness of summer. Welcome, Chef Allie.
Thank you so much for having me.
So Chef Allie, why are berries always the highlight of the summer menus?
Well, I feel like in the summer, we're looking for crowd pleasers that are easy, right? So berries are that perfect blend of like, it's so simple you could just put them in a bowl, but also like bursting with flavors. So, you know, you find the right recipes, you can just throw berries into it, and then you have something super simple and easy, which is what we all want out of summer.
What are some recipes you might have?
Yeah, so these are all super simple. I mean, one of my favorites is like the no-cook, like spicy summer fruit salad of my dreams, which uses just jalapeno and mint mixed in with berries and stone fruit. Or if you want to cook something, I love a berry cobbler, right? So I love to specially use raspberries and blackberries here because they bubble up, and you top it with whatever biscuit or scone dough you have. And then finally, I love a cheesecake bar, and I especially love that these are super portable. They're energy boosting. You can top them with whatever berries you have, and you can take them with you either on a picnic or a barbecue, but also just like wrap them up and take them on a walk or on a hike, and you always have something there. So there's always something that you can make with berries, and it's super simple. I mean, that's really the key to berries.
And how can you find the freshest berries?
Yeah, so one of the things that I think is super important is the reason that I'm with Driscoll's is because you know that the quality is there. They do the research and development on the berries, and you know what you're getting. But always just open the package up, make sure that they're, you know, that they smell right, that they look right, and that's how you know. That's why I'm partnering with Driscoll's.
And where can we go for more info?
You can go to Driscolls.com. Super simple for all these recipes.
Thanks, Chef Allie, and we'll have this whole segment on our website at dailyflashshow.com.
In today's Healthcare 911, AAPA 2024 is the world's largest conference for physician associates. It's a chance to highlight the trends shaping the future of healthcare. Joining us now is Director Leslie Clayton from AAPA.
AAPA 2024 is the largest national conference for physician associates, or PAs, and a great opportunity for medical professionals to learn, sharpen their skills, and explore the trends that are shaping patient care in our country. PAs are highly educated healthcare providers who practice medicine in every specialty and setting. Their role spans everything from diagnosing illness to analyzing test results and developing treatment plans to improve patient outcomes. Through this work, PAs are helping to alleviate the growing demand for healthcare services and ensuring that patients are receiving the timely and attentive care they need. This year's conference is exploring how innovation and emerging technologies are shaping provider and patient experiences. As the future unfolds, PAs are deeply committed to embracing new technologies to improve patient care while always working to strengthen our relationship with patients. To learn more about PAs and how we are working to improve healthcare, please visit PAsGoBeyond.com.
Get ready for some family fun at a popular amusement park. Here's more.
In the know, Legoland California is celebrating its 25th birthday.
In celebration, we're launching North America's first Lego World Parade and opened a new land, Dino Valley. In a parade like no other, you have the opportunity to see your favorite Lego worlds come to life. Go on a prehistoric journey through Dino Valley, our new land, featuring 3 rides, an interactive build and play area, and new costume characters.
To book your family's summer vacation, head to legoland.com/California.
Sounds perfect. And matter of fact, if you want to be perfect and find everything we've talked about on the show, or maybe even just get some links and so on and so forth, guess what? Our website's open. Again, website, it's dailyflashshow.com. Everything you need, all in one, easy to remember website address.
You know what I love about our website?
What's that, Jack?
It's open 24/7,
Yes.
365. It is always there.
It's there for you. It's like a good friend. Hug it if you can. Hey, welcome back to Daily Flash. I'm Mitch English. Soccer's biggest event of the summer is here, and fans all over North and South America are actually coming together to cheer their favorite teams and players on as they play in the United States. On Thursday, June 20th, Total by Verizon launched its Text to Sign campaign that helps fans stay connected to the game, whether they're inside or outside of the stadiums. Total by Verizon was at the kickoff game of the summer's biggest football tournament in the United States and invited fans to send a text with a message to 1-855-504-SIGN, all in support of their favorite teams, players, or maybe even the sport itself.
Come on, guys, hurry up. Come on.
I am here with Total by Verizon as soccer's biggest event of the summer is here, and fans all across North and South America are coming together to cheer their favorite teams and players as they play in the U.S. Ticket prices have soared, with soccer fever reaching so many, leaving millions of fans outside the action. So, Total by Verizon wants to help fans stay connected to the game, whether inside or outside of the stadiums, and is kicking off Text to Sign. Total by Verizon is using a classic form of football fandom, signs, to give a voice to fans across the world who may not be able to attend the legendary matches in person this summer. Alongside myself is none other than Dude with Sign, the sign expert who is using his craft to raise the voices of fans across the country. Fans are able to text the messages they want to share on the sidelines to their favorite football players or teams at 1-855-504-SIGN and have the chance for their message to be displayed in the stadium by me, Total Sign Guy, at 5 games this summer, representing all fans who can't attend in person. Select messages will be featured on each sign in places where broadcast viewers can see them and fans can feel their voices are represented. Total by Verizon, a fast-growing, prepaid, no-contract wireless provider from Verizon. And look, they know its customers are some of the most passionate and opinionated football fans in the world. And they want to reward that. For more on how Total by Verizon is helping fuel Latino fan love of soccer, visit Total by Verizon on Instagram.
All right, well, Total by Verizon will have Total Sign Guy in several games this summer, representing all fans who actually can't attend in person. Select messages will be featured on each sign in places where broadcast viewers can actually see them. To have your message on a sign, just text 1-855-504-SIGN until July 14th. For more information on how Total by Verizon is helping fuel Latino fan love of soccer, visit Total by Verizon on Instagram.
And now here's a great way to spend quality time with the family.
Turn summer Fridays into weekly family fun time. Infuse the season with a wave of creativity.
Netflix is a go-to destination for kids and family entertainment. From the film Ultraman Rising to the Jurassic World Chaos Theory series, there are endless titles to engage the whole family in summer activities.
Visit netflix.com/summerfamilyfun to find movies and shows for the whole family. And check out netflixfamily.com for free downloadable activities and to sign up for Netflix Family Magazine.
AARP's Financial Security Trends Survey reveals the latest information for older Americans looking to retire. Check this out.
According to a recent survey by AARP, 1 in 5 Americans 50 and older have no retirement savings, and over half worry they won't have enough to last in retirement. Indira Venkat, Senior Vice President of Research at AARP, shares more.
Every adult in America deserves to retire with dignity and financial security. Yet far too many people lack access to retirement savings options, and this, coupled with higher prices, is making it increasingly hard for people to choose when to retire.
Everyday expenses continue to be the top barrier to saving more for retirement, and some older Americans say that they never expect to retire.
We are facing a serious retirement crisis. Americans are 15 times more likely to save for retirement when they have access to a workplace plan. Yet, nearly 57 million people don't. That's why AARP is working with states across the country to launch automatic individual retirement account programs, or auto IRAs.
For more, visit aarp.org/financial trends.
All right, well, Penguin Trek at SeaWorld Orlando is the brand new, unique, family-friendly coaster experience, and I got a sneak peek to zoom through the Antarctic wilderness, all in Orlando, Florida. Well, the hot Orlando sun is no match for Penguin Trek, and what a ride indeed. And Connor Carr, he is with SeaWorld with the engineering and ride, probably with the coolest job they'll ever have. You've been working really hard to make sure that people can actually have an incredible experience here. Tell us about Penguin Trek.
Absolutely. Penguin Trek is our new family launch coaster here at SeaWorld Orlando. We're so excited to welcome everyone to join us on an adventure through the icy tundra and through an incredible coaster experience.
I love this. And you know what? You made this a family experience too, right?
Absolutely.
And it's the height requirements really for kids,
so
right?
One thing that we love is that the minimum height is only 42 inches, which means that you can bring the family out. Everybody gets to ride. So bring your family, bring your friends, and come on and join us.
All right. We could talk about it, but the only way to really experience is to come to SeaWorld and do it. And is everybody ready for this? Yeah! Let's go do some Penguin Trek here in Orlando, Florida.
Let's go.
So, first off, there's about 3,000 feet of track.
Absolutely, there's over 3,000 feet of track on this ride through an incredible adventure. As you can see, we're going through icy caverns.
Check it out.
There's some penguins, there's a vista. The Antarctic landscape welcomes us. And as you can see, now we're gonna go into a little bit more of that harsh side of the Antarctic environment.
All right, here we go.
Here we go. Whoa.
I'm digging this so far. It feels like you're in a cave, kind of like, you know?
The wind is blowing,
Yeah.
the cold air's coming, the icy cave appears before us. And I don't know about you, but it sounds like something exciting might be about to happen.
I think so, headed up here.
I think it's coming. And here we go, we can't wait.
Right.
So let's go.
Whoa! Whoa!
Wow! Look at the amazing Antarctic ground here at SeaWorld Orlando.
It's incredible!
Uphill flip-flop, my favorite element. This ride has ups and downs, twists and turns.
The acceleration on this is just perfect speed, too.
And here comes the next flyby. Wow, look at that, right by the other coaster.
I'm loving the track. It feels like you're right here with, you know, the colors and sort, but also get a great view, and it actually makes things feel right. It's about to go up.
Here we go, launch 2! Yeah! 43 miles an hour! Wow! Just an amazing experience. And you know, the greatest part about it is that people don't have to wait that long to come and ride. The grand opening is July 7th.
Oh, perfect.
But if you're a pass member, you get to come out even earlier on July 2nd and join us for a sneak preview.
I love this. And you know what else I love? 60 years, SeaWorld has actually just been really teaching us more and more about the remainder of the world and these animals. And when we get off, we're going to learn a little bit more, right?
Absolutely. As you can see, the coaster's coming to an end, but the adventure continues because as we disembark, we're going to go into one of our most amazing habitats here at the park. Over 300 penguins, over 5 different species.
Wow.
And I'll tell you what, in these 95-degree weathers, the 34-degree temperature in there is a pretty good refreshing break.
I loved it. Great. Wow, that was fun. The entire family can be able to do it and check it out. Of course, it is Penguin Trek. It opens July 7th. You can check it out here in Orlando, which, by the way, if you want to ride roller coasters, SeaWorld's the place to go here in Orlando. Good stuff.
Welcome back to Daily Flash. A surprising romance kicks off with funny consequences for a young woman, her mother, and her movie star boss as they face the complications of love, sex, and identity. This is today's must-watch movie, A Family Affair.
This is madness, right? Yeah, this is your mom and your boss, who you hate. It's weird. Mom?
Zara, if you can hear me, name the movie I won a Teen Choice Award for.
All right.
I think she's fine.
I went a little crazy. I'm allowed, right?
I've been waiting for you forever.
Is that a line from a movie?
Yeah.
This is just getting worse by the minute. After 2 years of being his assistant, I know him very well. He's self-absorbed and selfish.
You put my chatouche in a plastic bag with my dirty sneakers? It's one of a kind. I only have 2.
He's going to hurt her, and I will have to kill him.
I'm scared. It's okay. You get to ask yourself, who was I before I was everything to everybody else? Is this what you do just to have dinner and talk?
Is this what you wear to have dinner and talk?
You're so easy to talk to. What is it about you? I think it's because I'm trying to impress you, and I know I don't.
This thing with my mother, this gross sexcapade thing, it's over.
Bye, Chris.
Bye. See ya.
You're not Jack and Rose. Just get out of the car.
I love being your mother more than anything in this world. But I am starting to feel things that I never thought I would feel again. Not since your father.
What? No, you did not give me that.
I just don't want to see her get hurt. She's my mom. Your mom? She might also be a woman. It's her life. What good am I if I can't convince my granddaughter to let BuzzFeed's hunkiest brunette come for Christmas? You want it more than me. I do.
There's so much good stuff to watch this summer.
The summer is obviously when the big movies come out because people go out and you have an air condition for 2 or 3 hours. That's always nice to keep out that.
And snacks.
And some snacks. But the availability of movies where you watch it today and next week it'll be right there at your house.
Which reminds me, have you seen the Movie Pass documentary?
Yes, I have.
Oh
Actually,
my
that was going to be my stream for the weekend. I loved it. Shaking your head like how, first off, a great idea, stolen away basically.
Unbelievable. Yeah, that's a good one.
It's on HBO.
HBO.
Yeah,
HBO Max.
That does it for our big show. Thank y'all so much for joining us. We'll see you when we look at you. Bye-bye.